video and audio podcasts, but they can also be PDF and EPUB files as well. The broadcaster, or the creator, podcasts media by posting it onto a server, and this server can be anywhere. And along with the podcast episodes that are placed on a server, there's an XML file, and that XML file needs to be of a certain format, and that XML file keeps track of all the podcast episodes. So it's like a pointer to all the podcast episodes. So when the consumer subscribes to the podcast, they basically use a client application, like iTunes. Most often it's iTunes. And that iTunes, in that case, iTunes, when subscribed, keeps track of that XML file and downloads new podcasts as they become available. So normally there's a lot of technical details going on in the background, but you really don't need to worry about any of that stuff when you're using when you're distributing podcasts via iWeb, which is why I'm just showing this simple solution for individuals and podcasts. So just like there are countless ways to distribute podcasts, there are countless ways to create podcasts as well. And as far as podcast creation is concerned, any tool that we use today, that we have been using and will be, can be used to create a podcast. Because again, it's whatever creates a digital media file creates a podcast. So some of the tools you can use that come with a Mac come standard. iMovie, again, just like what we did with the glass blowing video, we could have just, instead of sharing that to the media browser, we could have just shared that as a podcast. That would have gone up as a podcast. We can create audio podcasts using GarageBand. And GarageBand, as you probably know, comes free on every Mac as well. It's part of iLife, and it's a music creation application.